Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
Absolute format is the best way to own this store. Time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. How's it going, all you mentees? Uncanny Omar with
Astonishing Melanie.
And today we're going to be giving you a quick review of the first issue of Red Sonja from Dynamite. So, stay tuned. And welcome back, everybody. Now, before going any further, we do want to thank the folks at Dynamite for sending us copies of the first issue. We got a few covers, so we'll be giving some away whenever we do our giveaway here on the channel. But there are a lot of other variant covers available for this book.
About 100.
Now, some of them are the same.
Covers in the back. Yes.
And some of them are in black and white versions. Some of them are textless versions of the covers.
But still, that gives you a good idea of like the extent of just how many variant covers there are.
And 50 years. She is looking fine for 50 years old. So this is the beginning of the new era for Red Sonja. It is written by Torunn Grønbekk, who is one of my most recent favorite writers. She's written Valkyrie, which if you've not checked out, you really need to. She's written Thor, and she just kicks ass. I got to interview her a couple of months ago, and she was...
And he came upstairs and said, I made a new friend.
But she was excited about getting to write Red Sonja. And, you know, Red Sonja as a character has been around for 50 years, and there have been many different things that they've done with the character to kind of set up what this is like. You know, lately she's gone through her own multiverse type of stories. She's done time travel stories. She's traveled to our Earth, like a modern Earth. And then there's traditional stories too, like Gail Simone's run or the classic run that's about to come out in omnibus format.
So this is, numbering is restarted. It's issue 1.
Yeah.
Start the new story arc.
So the artwork in here is by Walter Geovani, who provides a really easy to follow and but a kick-ass style too. And yeah, let's just talk about the story. Why don't you? I'll talk a little bit about.
Remalente Jr. Is also the colorist on this, and I love the colors on Red Sonja, like just really pretty reds. Okay, and really quick to add in about the art, her facial expressions are it's awesome.
All right, we're going to show a couple of pages from Walter Geovani's art and to show off the colors by Omi Remalente Jr. Just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like.
You sound so pretty one day when you say those names.
I'm sure I'm butchering them. No. So here she is, Red Sonja.
Look at that hair. On point.
Yeah, and there's just something
dynamic stance.
Nice about the colors too. They're subtle. And here we go. I love the action sequences. They're easy to follow.
Yes, and I definitely appreciate that.
You know, I know I'm a child of the 80s, and even though growing up in the 90s, I was a big fan of manga and anime, with the action lines like this always reminds me of the manga that I love so much. It's a little violent, but not grotesque violence.
Right? I mean, because look, like that is a very violent thing to do.
Oh, it can get a lot more violent.
It's not too grotesque.
Right. She was making it a quick kill for the guy. Like, hey, sorry about your face, or your head, rather. But this is what the artwork looks like. Let me show you. The background's like this, of this particular town. Kind of reminds me of a European town.
And the colors are just great here with that sun setting. Like, that's pretty.
Yes, pretty, but ominous. It's
yes.
Creepy because of the character. But yeah, we wanted to show a little bit of the art to do the review justice.
This is a fun read. It starts off, or actually the whole story is framed through narration boxes. This, you come to find out this unseen force is in the background. And so Torunn really did a great job creating suspense through those narration boxes, because you're like, well, it's just a disembodied narrator, right? Like,
yeah,
that's just how books are written sometimes. However,
especially fantasy novels.
It's like, oh wait, there's something more to it.
Seems like the narration starts almost breaking the fourth wall when the soldiers can hear the narration. Because right now, what's happening is she's being hunted down by the kingdom that she came from, because she, in issue number 0, the Free Comic Book Day issue, she's being framed for killing the queen. So now she's on the run. And
she did not kill the queen. The queen died in her arms. And she's telling these soldiers, like, leave me alone, I didn't do anything. They try to stop her, but of course they fail.
I do like the way that that's done, too, because she's using her wits instead of her brawn, right? Like, she doesn't want to fight them. She's trying to stop them. And then she has to end up, putting her sword through somebody's head.
You know, it's making a fun story.
Absolutely.
You gotta have some action in there. I love how she's characterized as light-hearted at moments. She's just so strong and confident in herself that she, let's say, for example, this character comes in practically naked, and so she just makes a witty joke response and raises her cup. Mm-hmm. You know, she's trying to relax drinking, and she kicks a soldier that had fallen, a guy that had fallen and was about to tumble on top of her. She makes a joke about some kid's ears.
The mouse and the maiden story, yeah.
But she's not, like, uncaring. She definitely has a caring side, as you see with, like, the queen dying in her arms.
Mm-hmm. And it does feel like a traditional type of Red Sonja story. It almost feels like a back to the basics of sword and sorcery, because the narration... I say that.
I've never read Red Sonja, but I agree that, yes, it does seem back to basics.
Well, and that's the beauty of this type of book.
Maybe that's why I'm so drawn into it, too, right? So if you haven't read Red Sonja, pick it up. This is a great place to start.
Yeah, it definitely treats everybody like a new reader. And if you've enjoyed her adventures in the past, this is just a continuation. Or, you know, I don't want to really call it a retcon, because it could be shoehorned into her timeline. But there is, like Melanie said, opposing forces with the narration. You don't know exactly what's going on, but definitely that hint of magic. As a matter of fact, the narration's about the only place you're going to see that hint of sorcery. Everything else is sword and action.
At least in this issue.
Yeah. So this being your first Red Sonja that you've read, what would you rate it out of 10?
I don't give ratings, remember?
Well, we do now, because this is part of the episode.
I don't give numbers.
Well, you got to do it out of 10.
I really liked it, and I emailed Torunn afterwards telling her how much I liked it. So, that's my number. Put all those words together in a compound word.
I will give this an 8 out of 10. It's a solid beginning, but there's a lot left open to... I want to see more. And I know that she's capable of long storytelling and playing the long game because of her work in the past. So I'm excited to see what she does with this character. And I hope she continues writing this. At least getting one of those big books like Gail Simone got. Like, that would be really awesome. Because, you know, Red Sonja is a character that deserves an ongoing series for the long haul. Not just a bunch of little minis that they put together. I like to see a really long continuing story featuring this character. So for me, yeah, this is a 8 out of 10. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you again to Dynamite. And stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.
Stay minty.